Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to be diving into my top 3 best teams for the Kanto Cup. Now guys, the people have spoken and the community voted on the Kanto Cup to be the final specialty cup for Pokemon Go Battle League Season 9. And boy, am I happy with that, guys. My goodness, the Little Cup would have probably been a disaster. Also known as the Little Bronzor Cup. Guys, if you guys are familiar with what the Little Cup was when it first came out, it was just XL Bronzor versus XL Bronzor, and it was a nightmare. So I'm so pumped. I'm so happy that the Kanto Cup is back. It's actually going to be rated. So if you're looking for that last end of season push for Legend, guys, you are in luck because these Kanto Cup battles will be rated this time around. They were not rated last time. I don't know why, but they were not. So, having it be rated, guys, I really wanted to put together some strong teams for you, just in case you're really doing that last little push to get to Legend at the end of the season. It's going to be fun, guys. We've got some very, very strong teams put together for you. Got 3 very solid teams with some very common Pokemon that you all may already have built. My goodness, I can't say enough good things about the Kanto Cup. That you just have that nostalgia factor. It's something about it, guys. But without further ado, let's get into team number 1. All right, guys, we've got team number 1, and this team features Dewgong, Snorlax, and Hypno. Now, guys, this is a team that I used quite a bit the last time Kanto Cup was around. To my knowledge, I don't know if anyone else has used this team. It's a team that I just threw together, and turns out it's a very good team, guys. As you can see here, you get almost straight A's across the board, guys. We got an A for coverage, A for bulk, you got a B for safety, and an A for consistency. My goodness, what a strong team. And like I said, guys, I just threw this team together just looking at what the meta was at the time. And I had a lot of success with it, guys. This team is so strong. Dewgong is going to be a very, very solid lead for this team. You're going to beat quite a bit of things in the lead. As we can see here, if we scroll down, Dewgong has a lot of winning matchups in this Kanto Cup meta, guys. As you can see, it actually beats Chansey, beats Nidoqueen, of course, with that Ice-type damage. You got a close loss to Lapras here, close loss to Lickitung, and that's just because Lickitung is very bulky. It's got access to Power Whip, which would hit for super effective. But, I mean, you beat Hypno. You're going to see a lot of Hypnos around, guys. You actually beat Alolan Grimer, which I don't think you'll see too many of. A few people do have access to it, depending on your ELO range. You're going to have some nice wins over Golbat. You're going to see a lot of Golbats, guys. You're going to see Muse. Dewgong is a very strong lead in this meta. Of course, if you do need to switch, Snorlax is going to be the safe switch. You could actually safe switch into Hypno as well. This is kind of like a dual safe switch backline, just depending on the situation that you're presented with. Snorlax and Hypno are both very strong in this meta, especially Hypno. Hypno particularly because Nidoqueen, you're going to be seeing quite a few Nidoqueens roaming around, guys. Everybody has a Nidoqueen built, and again, that's for good reason. Nidoqueen is very strong, but Hypno, forget about it. Hypno, that confusion damage is going to absolutely chunk away. You're going to be seeing a few B-drills kicking around as well. Hypno, of course, does any poison type, of course, is going to be having a lot of trouble up against Hypno. Ironically, the one poison type that seems to beat Hypno would be Golbat. And that's because Golbat has some decent bulk to it. You wouldn't think so just looking at the character design, but it's got some decent bulk, and it can really chip away with those wing attacks and those poison fangs. But that's why you've got Dewgong. Dewgong can really clean up a Golbat problem pretty easily, guys. So yeah, this is a very solid team, and of course Snorlax is a great backbone to any team in the Kanto Cup. It's just very bulky. As far as a Shadow Snorlax, it's not typically recommended in a max CP of 1500 format just because with that Shadow bonus, yes, you are doling out a lot more damage, but you are also taking more. And you actually miss out on a few bulk points coming in at such a low CP for Snorlax. As we all know, Snorlax can get well past the 3000 CP, so coming in at 1500 CP, Snorlax, you'll want to go with the regular one just to have that added bulk, guys. But if you don't have a regular Snorlax built, by all means, go for the Shadow. You're going to be doing a lot more damage, that's for sure. But if we scroll down here, it doesn't have too many weaknesses. It does have a pretty high threat score of 610, but, you know, you can take that with a grain of salt. As I tell everyone, take your PV poke analysis with a grain of salt. A lot of the PV poke sims don't always play out the way they would in an actual live battle with humans, guys. So take that with a grain of salt. This is a very, very strong team. Like I said, I've had tremendous success with this team. It is very strong. As we can see, again, it does score really high on PV poke, and that's just for good reason. All three of these Pokemon have very good bulk. You have very solid coverage on the meta, and it is a very good team, guys. One of my personal favorites, and again, this is a team that I have personally used with lots of success in the past. So let's move into team number 2. All right, guys, team number 2. This team leads with Nidoqueen. You're going to have Lapras as your safe swap, and you are going to have Hypno in the back to close the game strong, guys. And again, I don't think I went over that with team number 1, but team number 1 does have Hypno as well. The recommended moveset for Hypno, of course, Confusion. But you'll want to have Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball for the Kanto Cup, guys, and that's just because you've got a lot of water types that Thunder Punch is really going to come in handy, and you may see an occasional Ghost type. Shadow Ball also hits for neutral on just about everything except for those pesky normal types, which we will be seeing a bit of. But yeah, that is the recommended moveset. Also, you don't have to go double Legacy Lapras. Again, if that's all you have, guys, you got to use what you got. But it is recommended that you go Skull Bash on your Lapras for the Kanto Cup, and that is just because you might run into a lot of mirror matches with Lapras, especially as your safe swap. You're going to run into Dugong. You just want to have that added coverage for those opposing water types that you will most likely be having to battle it out against. So Skull Bash is highly recommended if you're going to run this team. As you can see, guys, very strong scorecard as well for team number 2. Got an A for coverage, a B for bulk, A for safety, and a B for consistency. And again, guys, this is a very strong team. Any team with Nidoqueen is going to be a strong team, guys. As you can see, look at all these matchups here. Nidoqueen dominates just about everything in the Kanto Cup, and Lapras does as well. It's going to be hard to lose with this team, guys. I'm telling you, I have not yet used this team. It's a team that I put together just based on looking at the meta. And wouldn't you know, guys, it scores pretty high on PV Poke here. You're going to have some solid leads with Nidoqueen. As you can see, the one glaring weakness is an XL Chansey. I'm going to say, guys, honestly, if this becomes the XL Chansey Cup, I don't know, guys. I might have to take a hard pass. That is just... Let's save XL Chansey for the occasional meme. That's what I say, guys. It's just ridiculous how bulky this Pokemon is. As we can see, the one glaring weakness, again, is XL Chansey. All 3 Pokemon do lose to it, but it's not to say that you can't overcome an XL Chansey in the Kanto Cup with this team, guys. It will take a team effort, but it can be done. As you can see, Nidoqueen in the lead has a lot of good, positive leads in this meta. You're going to be dominating just about everything. Of course, you're going to lose if you run into a Hypno. If you do lose lead pretty hard, you want to safe swap into Lapras. Lapras does beat Hypno, does beat Beedrill, which I don't think you'll see too many in the lead. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of Nidoqueen leads. You can play that a couple of different ways. All three of these Pokemon have a positive matchup up against the Nidoqueen in the Kanto Cup, guys. Obviously, Lapras dominates Nidoqueen, and so does Hypno. So this team I strictly put together for those Nidoqueen leads that you will most likely, almost assuredly, see quite a bit of in this Kanto Cup. So if you met with a Nidoqueen in the lead, rest assured this team is not going to have any problems with that. Look at this team is just pure domination. My goodness. You're going to have strong matchups up against Snorlax, have a strong matchup up against those Beedrills. All three of these Pokemon absolutely dominate Beedrill. Of course, with Nidoqueen, you'll just have to watch out for those drill runs, of course. Just keep that in mind. Alolan Marowak, this team also beats, which is kind of crazy because it's going to be resisting your Poison Jabs from Nidoqueen, but that is a bait-dependent matchup, guys. You got to bait with a Poison Fang and then look to get off that hard-hitting Earth Power to take care of Alolan Marowak. But the back two Pokemon also beat Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak doesn't seem to be as strong in this season just because the meta has shifted a little bit. You're going to see a lot more normal types. A lot more people are running XL Lickitung. Alolan Marowak just has a lot of trouble with the normal types. Yeah, very strong team for team number 2, guys. Let's have a look at that threat score. Very low threat score, 522, as we can see here. Anything under 600 is a good threat score. Yeah, this is another very, very strong team, guys. A lot of you already have these Pokemon built. If you do, you're in luck because you're going to have a very, very strong team and team number 2. Look at this domination. My goodness, guys. I might actually try this team out myself. Very, very strong team for the Kanto Cup, guys. What more can I say? This team just dominates. There's not much that you're going to have trouble with running this team. So very strong team. It runs Nidoqueen in the lead. Lapras is your safe swap, and Hypno will close the game strong for you guys. Very solid team for team number 2. So let's have a look at team number 3. All right, guys, last but certainly not least, team number 3. This team runs Pidgeot in the lead. Yes, Pidgeot did get a little bit of a nerf, but it is still very strong, guys, especially for these specialty cups like the Kanto Cup. So we got Pidgeot in the lead, running, of course, Gust, Feather Dance, and Brave Bird. Your safe swap will be Lapras on this team, guys. And again, the moveset for Lapras for the Kanto Cup is definitely going to be Surf and Skull Bash. You do not have to have a double Legacy Lapras for the Kanto Cup. Definitely go Skull Bash. It's going to give you a strong matchup up against those opposing water types like Dugong. You might run into some Blastoises, and it comes in handy for the mirror match as well, guys. And in the back, we got good old Snorlax, everyone's favorite tanky, cuddly little normal type. Well, it's not little at all. It's actually very large. But anyways, we got Snorlax in the back. Snorlax, although it is a decent safe swap, it can actually be a very good closer for you as well because it's bulky enough to withstand a lot of damage. And when shields are down, you can hit super hard with those superpowers and really close the game strong, guys. Pidgeot, if it's still hanging around, can also prove to be an amazing closer as well. So let's take a look at the score on this team. Look at that, guys. You got an A for coverage, you got a B for bulk, an A for safety, and a B for consistency. My goodness, you can't argue that too much. This team is looking to be very strong as well. Again, another team that I threw together after doing some analysis this morning for this video, guys. Pidgeot's going to be a very strong lead in this cup. As you can see, it actually beats XL Chansey. Would you believe that? My goodness, Pidgeot. Pidgeot also has a very strong matchup against the other bulky XL normal type, that being Lickitung. Pidgeot absolutely dominates. When you see that big X right there for Lickitung, that means it's not a very close matchup at all, guys. So as we saw in the beginning of this video, XL Chansey is actually ranked number 1 overall, and Lickitung XL is actually ranked number 3 overall. So having a very strong Pokemon that can beat both of those on a team, you can't go wrong, guys. Because you're going to be seeing it. I guarantee you people are going to be running XL Chansey and definitely XL Lickitung. A lot of people have those built already. Surprisingly, Pidgeot actually beats Lapras, which is kind of crazy because Lapras runs Ice Shard. And as we all know, that does hit for super effective. But those feather dances, they add up, guys. 2 feather dances, you're going to be debuffing that super effective Ice Shard by 4 stages. And yeah, so if you're met with a bad lead, so Pidgeot actually does lose lead up against Ninetales. You're going to be losing lead up against Golbat. Dragonair you might see a few of as well. You're going to want to safe swap into Lapras. Lapras is ranked number 2 on PvPoke as a safe swap. So if you safe swap into Lapras, let's say you draw out a fighter like, let's say, Primeape or Shadow Machamp. That is the goal. You want to safe swap into Lapras, draw out that hard counter. That way Snorlax will have a nice end game for you guys. So you draw out that fighter, come back in with Pidgeot. Of course, Pidgeot's going to absolutely dominate. You want to try and farm that fighter all the way down with that heavy gust damage and have some feather dances lined up for whatever they decide to bring back in. Very strong team, guys. As you can see, you got a lot of positive matchups. Lapras seems to just dominate everything in this Kanto Cup, and that's just because it's so bulky. Those Ice Shards have stab on them, and those Surfs can actually add up, and you can get to them pretty quick. That's why Lapras is so strong in this Kanto Cup, guys. And, of course, you can't go wrong with Snorlax in the back. It's just very bulky. A lot of bulk on this team, guys. The only reason why you get a B for bulk is just because Pidgeot, not the bulkiest around. So you will absolutely want to be saving all of your shields for Pidgeot. Lapras and Snorlax don't really need them. Very, very solid team. Again, guys, I wanted to give you guys some really strong teams. Again, that threat score, it's at a little over 600, but again, take that with a grain of salt because, like I said, in the first team, you're going to see a high threat score with a lot of ABB teams. So take that with a grain of salt. It does not always correlate to live battles with humans, guys. These are all simulated battles, and that's how we get those threat scores. But take that with a grain of salt. This is a very solid team, as you can see. It's got a very good scorecard. Very strong team, guys. I might actually try this one myself as well. That Feather Dance is just ridiculous, guys, along with Gust. Gust is a Confusion clone. It hits very hard for some heavy, fast move pressure coming from Pidgeot. And when shields are down, you can close the game strong with a hard-hitting Brave Bird. So, very strong team, guys. And that is team number 3. Those are the teams, guys. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Kanto Cup is going to be fun. Again, if it's going to be the XL Chansey Cup, I might take a hard pass, but only time will tell, guys. I'm not sure how many people actually have an XL Chansey. I know there are a bunch out there, but I just don't know how prevalent it'll be. Again, if it does devolve into the XL Chansey Cup, we've definitely got our options, guys. We've got the Master Premier Classic coming as well this coming Monday. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. We're just rolling through the top 50 or so picks for the Kanto Cup here. It's going to be a fun cup. I really, really wanted to put together 3 very solid teams that a lot of people will already have Pokemon built for. Everybody has a Nidoqueen built. We've all got Hypnos. We've all got Pidgeots. Pidgeot has been out in the wild like crazy. Snorlax, pretty accessible as well at this point. And Lapras as well. So I wanted to put together 3 very solid teams for you guys, set you up for success. The beauty of this go around with Kanto Cup is that the battles are still rated. That was the one drawback last time it was around. A lot of people were still pushing for Legend at that time, and it kind of stink that it wasn't, the battles weren't rated. This time around, they are going to be rated, and should be a lot of fun, guys. So yeah, just quick little video, guys. My top 3 best teams for the Kanto Cup. These are all very strong teams, guys. I hope you give them a try. If you do, let me know how you do with them. And we'll leave it there for now, guys. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.